Okay, we're live. Yeah, nobody's here yet, though. Do you see it? Maybe I should share it. Let me share real quick. Unavailable. Oh, hold. All right, now is it showing? It says we're 2 minutes in. And I encourage them to smash the like button. Good. 2 people are here. I don't see any likes yet, though. Sweet potatoes going in a pot to boil first. And that's just because we need to make these sweet potatoes before they go bad. Sweet potatoes are one of the most perfect foods. Literally perfect food. They do so much. Let's look and see what sweet potatoes do. Excellent. Tell her congrats. That's so good. Jesse Father's transferring my messages. But congrats, Jesse. Very excited about that. Sweet potatoes. Oh, I know. I saw these in here the other day when I was looking. Maybe they're under potatoes. Let's look. Potatoes. There we go. Sweet. See, sweet potatoes. I looked under sweet. Oh, okay. Getting the most from sweet potatoes and health benefits of sweet potatoes. So page 516 for the health benefits. Here we go. So sweet potatoes, our healing power can help preserve memory, control diabetes, and reduce the risk of heart disease and cancer. Awesome. Hi, Tam Bear. So we're making sweet potatoes just because we have to. We got to use them before they go bad. And then we're also going to make asparagus again tonight. So let me look up asparagus real quick. Health benefits of asparagus, page 45. So asparagus. Here's our asparagus. And our healing power is it helps prevent the birth defects and reduces the risk of heart disease and cancer. Awesome asparagus. All right, and then one more thing we're going to look up real quick is onions and potatoes. Onions are amazing foods. Very amazing. Onions, health benefits is on page 386. Here's our onions right here. So onions can heal and help raise beneficial HDL cholesterol. They lower blood pressure, decrease the risk of cancer, relieve congestion, and reduce inflammation. So, and then one more thing we'll talk about real quick is potatoes. And, well, the fruits on our table, too. We have pineapple, and we have strawberries, and we also have, blackberries tonight. So, our potatoes and health benefits are on 438. So, here's our potatoes, our super staple. Healing power can help prevent cancer, control high blood pressure, and diabetes. And then our fruits that are on the table, we have pineapple that we cut up the other day. And so we have leftover pineapple to eat. So let's see here. Pineapple. Health benefits, 431. Here's our pineapple, and our health benefits are helps keep bones strong, improves digestion, relieves cold symptoms, and lowers the risk of cancer and heart disease. And then we have strawberries and blackberries out there too. Oh, and then we also have bell pepper. So we'll look that one up too. Strawberries. Let's see here. Strawberries, health benefits, 18. Doesn't really cover it. Let's see here. I'm looking on the wrong page. Well, it doesn't say much about strawberries on the health benefits here. Must be fruitful, rest of the troop. For starters, here we have strawberries are a powerhouse of vitamin C. They're packed with more than 70% of the daily value in a half cup. They also contain a variety of other antioxidant compounds such as ellagic acid. And let's see about pineapple. We looked at pineapple. We need to look at blackberries and green pepper. Or red bell pepper. Actually, we're using orange tonight. I don't know why I said that. So, blackberries. Blackberries. Actually, they say hemorrhoid prevention. I didn't know that. That's an interesting thing that blackberries do. Very good for you. Let's see here. Cherries, blackberries, and blueberries contain compounds called proanthocyanidins, which help strengthen the walls of capillaries and veins in the anus, making them less likely to stretch under pressure. Interesting. Okay, and then we have bell peppers. So, let's see. Under bell peppers. We have to go straight to peppers. Let's do it that way. M-N-O-P, peppers. Peppers. Sweet. health benefits of peppers for sweet peppers. So we'll go 513, page 14. Here we go. Sweet peppers. So for sweet peppers, pick a peck for health. Healing powers are they can help prevent cataracts and they reduce the risk of heart disease. So that's fantastic. Lots of good things in our foods today. So I already got the sweet potatoes in there. We shook a little bit of sea salt in there to get that going. We're going to use a little bit of butter in both of our pans and a little bit of olive oil. So let's see, here's a little thing of butter that's already cut. We don't use a whole lot, just a little. We're going to take a little bit of that and put it in each pan. It's just really for flavor. So, and I'm using unsalted real butter here. Junk off of it. Okay. And then actually we want that pan too because we're going to also make our asparagus. So let's see. I'm going to cut this chunk of butter into thirds. It's not quite a half cup, but we're going to use a little bit in each pan. And then we are going to add a little bit of olive oil to each pan so our butter doesn't burn, and because of the health benefits of olive oil, which we should have looked that one up too. But I know that if you use olive oil in cooking, that actually helps lower your HDL cholesterol too, and also prevents cancer. I know that right off the top. In fact, if you do take shots, you can take a shot of olive oil in the morning on an empty stomach. Awesome. You can take olive oil on an empty stomach and it will cure or remedy cancer in a half an hour. And disclaimer, all advice and suggestions that you receive on any fairy frequency video are only advice and suggestions from a friend. So don't forget that. All right. So now that we got our sweet potatoes started and my tea is mixed. Delicious. All right. Let's see. I'm going to get out a little cutting board. Someone asked me why I didn't use a cutting board the other day. And I have no idea why I don't use a cutting board. I just don't use it that often. So, let's see. I'm going to try to use a cutting board today. Alright. So we're using about half of our 5-pound bag of potatoes. So we're actually only using 2.5 pounds here. And, you know, I don't know why I'm slicing that up first. I think we should probably do our onions first. So, where did I do that bag of onions? There it is. Alright. I'm going to back off these potatoes for just a second and actually start with the onions. So, got ahead of myself. Alright. And I did watch Anton's knife tutorial video the other day, but it'll probably take me some practice to get used to the idea of not chopping the way I always chop. I think he said you're supposed to hold it with your thumb on the blade right here for better control. So I'm trying. So if Anton shows up, let him know that I'm trying to control the knife better. So the onions, we're just putting the onions right in the pan first. See, and I went right back to doing it the way I'd been doing. Terrible about that. Okay. So there's onions for one pan, and we're gonna do 3 pans worth of onions because we need it for our potatoes, and we need it for our liver, and we need it for our asparagus. So I'm using probably about 4 medium or even large. This one's a large. Some of them are medium, some of them are large. So about 4 medium, or 2 large. Depends on how much onion you like. We like a lot of onion, so we're gonna use a lot. I don't know how well you can see that. I hope you can see. I love onions too. So good for you. Alright. And we're just dividing out our onions between these 3 pans. So I'm going to put 1 onion in each, and then split the other onion between them. We'll just go ahead and get started caramelizing all of those. So our potato soup recipe was a big hit, and it looks like it's had nearly 900 views, which is fabulous. I mean, we do good on our videos most of the time, but 900 views, wow. So I want to thank you all that watched the potato soup video. And I want to thank Tammy's Makeup Treats for trying it at her house. And she left a link, so we put it in the description. So if you guys are inspired by anything that we cook here at our house and you make it and then post a video of it, we'll be glad to take your link. Just let us know the link. We'll put the link in the description, and then people can link to your channel to see your inspired video too. So that would be awesome. Again, we always like our onions pretty chunky, so we cut them kind of big, and you can cut yours smaller if you want, of course. All right. Alright, then we want a pepper. We're going to use a orange pepper tonight, because we like to eat the rainbow. So since we have asparagus already and it's green, we do have sweet potatoes, which are also orange, pineapples, which are yellow, and then we have blackberries and strawberries on the table. We really are eating a rainbow tonight. So rinse out those real quick, get the seeds out of there. I'm going to julienne these and then probably split them in half. So we're going to put some in our potatoes too, and some in our asparagus pan. Just like the onions, we're just going to split it up between everything, so we get a little bit of that flavor in everything. And you can eat these raw too. Oh, it's the best way to eat them. They're so sweet. So good. And you'll get vitamin rushes if you eat your peppers raw. right. So that's that. Now back to our potatoes. Alright, so for our potatoes, for our fried potatoes, we're going to cut these into slices. So they're halved and then quartered. And then we're cutting them into skinny little bite-sized pieces. Hi, Jenny Oakley. All right. Well, hello, my skies 5D. How are you, bud? Hey, I recorded some sun out there today and some clouds. I haven't edited out the video yet. I did it around 5. And then I got busy cooking. How's your weather out there in Oregon? My Sky, did you know that Tam Bear went to Oregon and filmed the coast out there? Did you get to see her videos? They're really pretty. Has been hailing there. Are you in Oregon too, Scott? I think Oregon is beautiful. We went to visit Oregon one year, and we went out to just outside of Portland to Troutdale, Oregon. So we had a cousin that lived out there, and then we went fishing with him on his boat on the oh, let's see, was that the Snake River? I think it was either the Snake or the Columbia. I can't remember which river we were on, but they were catching sturgeons out of there. Boy, those things are huge and scary looking. Very prehistoric looking fish. And then when we left, he took us to all those beautiful waterfalls that are on the way back towards Washington State, that are off the highway. Just gorgeous. You're by the college, my Sky. I have a friend that lives in Portland too. An old friend that lives out there. I don't think she has a YouTube, but she's really sweet. I miss her. Horsetail Falls. Yeah, there's so many beautiful waterfalls there, boy. So many beautiful things. Portland and just Oregon in general is gorgeous. Mount Hood, wow. Now, our son, Ian, has been to Astoria, where they filmed The Goonies. And we love that movie. That's one of our favorite movies. And Explorers. We like Explorers too. Those were great. Good movies to watch with your kids. Oh, let's see. Maybe I should stir some of this. Looking good. Okay, our sweet potatoes are already boiling. And we are already starting to get some cooking of our onions. Got a long ways to go before caramelization though. I'm going to kick up the heat a little bit. Anybody else making liver and onions for dinner? Does anybody else like liver and onions? Well, hi Raven, how are you, darling? A lot of people don't like liver and onions, but they might be making it wrong. If you make it right, it's delicious. And actually, if you eat liver, it actually helps repair your liver. So for those of you that are drinkers, if you drink a lot, then this will actually help repair the damage that the drinking does to your liver. So, and we do, Father drinks a little bit. I don't really drink that much anymore. My tummy doesn't really handle it very well. I get dizzy awful fast, so I don't like being dizzy. So I don't really like being drunk. You know, Douglas Adams said it best. What's wrong with being drunk? Ask a glass of water. Did you? I love it. So good. We try to make it like at least once a month around here. It's cheap and it's delicious. If you cook it right. Did Flower Nose come in? Hi, Flower. Again, folks, I apologize. I want to welcome you all. My hands have got starchy potato water on them. I can't necessarily follow the chat. So please welcome each other as you come in the door. And if anybody asks a question, just let them know that I'm busy. And I welcome you all. I'm very, very glad that you come and are enjoying dinner with us. So, okay, that's all our potatoes. So I'm going to rinse off this board again. And clean up this mess a little bit. Alright, reboard. Alright, now, next we need to get in our asparagus and go ahead and get that started. So let me rinse asparagus real quick. Timing is pretty important. So, and after a while you kind of figure out your own sense of timing. So, while we're caramelizing all that, we're gonna chop off just the ends of our asparagus. And again, remember, you can eat asparagus raw, and if you do, you will get amazing vitamin rushes out of your asparagus. So I encourage you to eat it like this, uncooked. You can dip it in ranch if you're not a big fan of the flavor, but I love it. We used to go hunt it in Colorado. You could find it wild. growing in the ditches. And we would hunt it and find it. And before we'd get the bag home, I would usually have eaten most of the spears that I found. I couldn't wait. So delicious. So we're just cutting off the very ends of these. And then we're gonna throw those in our pan with onions and the orange bell pepper that we made, that was sliced up. All right, that's lovely. I'm going to save a few of these stems, and I'm going to go give them to our birds, our parakeets. They like them sometimes too. I'll be right back. All right, so that takes care of all that. Now we gotta wipe up this counter again. Now I'm starting to see why I don't really use a cutting board. It looks like it makes a big wet mess. Okay, and our sweet potatoes are boiling along. So I'm gonna check on those as soon as I get done stirring these. Onions are looking delicious. Very nice. So we're moving right along. All right. Put these potatoes over here. Oh yeah, that's looking wonderful too. Give those a little stir. All right, and I'm going to add to everything a little bit of sea salt and a little bit of black pepper. Okay, and then we're going to lid our asparagus so that we don't lose too many vitamins. I'm going to flip it over a little bit first. It's already getting a little green. And we want that really, really bright greenness going on in our asparagus. We want it to turn that color very pretty. So, actually, I'm not going to quite lid it yet. We'll let it green up just a little more. Okay, let's check on the sweet potatoes. Do that with the fork. So I have a really big one in here, and it's still not very tender yet. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's not sticking very good. Like, you want it to be fork tender like your boiled potatoes. So we'll let that cook a little bit longer, and let's go ahead and get our liver ready. All right. I'm going to get out a strainer for our liver because liver sometimes falls apart. So what we're using is this, you can get at Walmart. This is a pack of, 1 pound pack of beef liver. You can find it in the frozen section at Walmart. And ours is thawed and ready to go. And we actually have one in the freezer too for later. You can pick them up really cheap. I can't remember how much I paid for them, but they are dirt cheap, so very cheap, delicious, wonderful dinner stuff. Okay, so I'm going to rinse off the blood that was in the liver. And I've got it in that strainer in there. And we're going to use a bowl to make some egg wash. So we need a couple eggs in here for our egg wash. And we'll be dipping our liver in 2 eggs and then transferring it to flour with salt and pepper. So we're gonna whip these eggs real quick, and then these are just gonna be our dip for our liver to coat it before it goes into our flour mixture. So you want your eggs all whipped up like that. And then we need another shallow bowl for our flour mixture. Okay. Oh yeah, those are getting real pretty. Those are also getting real pretty. Potatoes are cooking along just wonderful. Okay, so you need a little bit of flour. Hi Rusty, how are you, dear? And I'm going to use about a cup of flour for this. It's just to dredge our liver in. And then we'll use that again later because we're probably going to make some gravy. And I think these are probably ready to lid. Yeah, they're getting really green and pretty in there. So we're going to lid our asparagus. Alright, now we want in here sea salt. So more sea salt. And more pepper. And I think we'll use a little bit of Italian. Let's try this. I have this sea salt rub. It's a Italian roasted garlic. And I didn't put any garlic in this time, so I think we'll use a little bit of that. So I'm going to add that. I'm also going to put a little bit of that in the potatoes. And I'm also going to put a little bit of that in our asparagus. Okay. Mix this up a little bit. I'm just going to shake it around. Okay. All right. Now we're going to start dropping our liver pieces into this egg mixture. So in it goes. And then you're just going to kind of mix it around in there. And then it's going to go right into that flour mixture. Just drop it in there. All right, I'm going to throw the rest of this liver in our egg mixture. It's all coated in there. You're going to need to wash your hands constantly during this too because of working with the raw meat. Phew! Oh, the pepper got me. Thank you, dear. Okay, so here's what our caramelized onions and pepper look like. Very nice. See how it's starting to turn brown? That's perfect. That's just how we want it. We don't want it too done We just want it a little bit brown and a little bit soft too. Our liver is going to go right in there on top of that. So we want to kind of flatten it out, make a little bed for our livers. All right. And then we're going to finish dredging this one that we have in here. So we're just kind of flipping it in the flour, trying to make sure it gets coated with the flour and spice. So you want it coated about like that. And then we're just going to lay it right in our pan on top of our wonderful vegetables. And then do the next one, same thing. Dredge it in that flour. Keep turning it until it's covered and you don't see a whole lot of blood spots left. That's a teeny tiny piece. It's a little bitty liver piece. Just a little liver. Maybe that's a like cat-sized piece of liver. Look at it, it's teeny tiny little liver steak. Isn't it cute? Alright, and it looks like one more piece in there. Kind of an iffy piece. Some of the pieces that were in here this time weren't really like very steaky. They were more like this. But that's okay. We're still going to cook them. And this does make a huge mess on the counter. So we'll have to clean up again. And it makes a huge mess on your hands. So. That. I'm going to wash my hands. And get rid of this too. And we'll scrub back up our counter. Fried wedding ring. Still on. So far, so good. Okay, so I'm going to test these sweet potatoes again. Still not quite ready. Smaller ones are getting more tender, but the big ones still got to go. Still cooking. Alright, we're flipping the potatoes again. And they're starting to brown up a little bit. You want to keep your potatoes set up on like a medium, but just a little bit above medium, because if you don't, they will stick and they'll get very mushy. So you need to keep those turned up a little bit higher than everything else, because we like ours crispy, not mushy. All right, let's have a look at this asparagus. Oh my gosh, that asparagus looks delicious. Look at this, you guys. So beautiful. That is the perfect green. That's exactly what we want. So that's coming along lovely. So I'm going to put the lid back on that. I'm going to turn down the front burner to a 2 because we know our asparagus is getting very close to being done. I'm going to move you guys up so you can see what our liver looks like in here. Let me see if I can't get this to turn down a little bit. There we go. Yep. So, and then we're going to go ahead and put a little bit more sea salt. And a little bit more pepper. See that? Oh, so pretty. Pretty, pretty. And the potatoes back there looking lovely. Alright, now if I could just get these sweet potatoes to get done, I can get them out of the way. Oh. Drinking more fairy breakfast tea. This time I have mint in it. Very good. So, and I gotta tell you guys, I'm doing really, really good with my tooth. I haven't taken any pain pills today or yesterday, so only antibiotics. And I'm actually only taking 2 antibiotics a day instead of 3 like they recommended. I like to take less pills than I have to. I don't like to take any pills, actually. So, that's pretty cool. So, and in here on the table, we have the pineapple that we cut up yesterday. And also wonderful strawberries and blackberries. Hi, Nicole. How are you, darling? We also like to put a cream cheese spread on our table. Of course, we have to watch out for Io because Io likes to eat our cream cheese spread. We just had to throw some out because he stuck his face right in it. He's such a brat. And he's always hungry. And he likes to get up on the table when he's not supposed to. So this is our chive and onion cream cheese. And we eat that with crackers. We put it out on the table with a knife and some like vegetable ribs. And here's something wonderful I discovered that you can do with your cream cheese and your vegetable ribs. This is what I like to do. I put a blackberry on top of it. You would think it'd taste funny, but it tastes amazing. So, yeah, you can eat it like that. It's so good. The flavors really complement each other. Oh yeah, it's very delicious camembert. So good like that. Like you would not think that blackberries and cream cheese would go together with chives, but they do. And they're wonderful. Alright, so we're gonna see what this liver looks like. Hey, we're looking pretty good. It's still pretty red underneath though, so we're just gonna let it cook a little bit longer. See how we can start to see all the blood on the top? Oh yeah, it's gonna be so good, Scott. Very, very good. But we need to cook it a little bit more on the bottom. And we're just going to let them all turn that color of red that we get on the steaks that we put in first. And let that keep happening until we see it on all sides. And then when we see it all over everything, then we'll start flipping. We'll be ready to flip. So, and now I messed up my fork and used some sweet potatoes. I need a new fork. Alright, double check my sweet potatoes again. Oh yeah, they're starting to get good now. Your sweet potatoes are done when you start to notice that the skin is peeling away from them. So we're really, really close on that. Our big one is almost cooked through. Those are going to be so, so good. Love, love sweet potatoes. Should be a staple at your house. Alright, so I'm going to let you guys watch everything sizzle for a minute, and I'm going to go take a little tea break, and I'll be back in just a moment. So if new people come in, make sure that you tell them I said hi, and we said hi, and welcome. And I'll be back in just a moment. Yes, I will. Asparagus is spread up here in the front. And our sweet potatoes should be about done. So we're going to get ready to drain those. Watch out, bud. And if you want to heat up a chicken patty, you guys want me to heat up one of those? I mean, you don't have to put it in the microwave, though. We can make it on the back burner.
Oh.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to move these sweet potatoes off here. So he's going to get ready to make himself a little... We have a vegetarian in our house. Jacob is our resident vegetarian.
Tofu.
So he likes to eat Boca burgers, and he is really favoring on these original chicken veggie patties. So we're going to cook him up a couple of those.
It's basically soybeans, which is come back together, which is basically tofu. They flavored the tofu, and they put a lot of other ingredients.
Here, go ahead, get on camera and talk about it.
So basically, so basically, it's like tofu. I'm pretty sure you guys know what tofu is.
Here, did you want to look at the ingredients?
I'm going to put the ocean. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's basically just tofu, and probably you guys know what tofu is, and they add a lot of other stuff in it, but they have, see, water, soybean, protein, concentrate, soybean, isolate, contains less than 2% of wheat gluten, yeast extract.
Got a lot of stuff in it that you can't pronounce.
Oh, there it is. There's a spice. There's the spice, which is the chicken spice.
So yeah, they look like little breaded chicken patties. So I put a little bit of olive oil in this pan for him, and we're just gonna pop them in there, in that pan, and just let them cook in there for him. I'm gonna throw a plate on top of that since I'm using the other lid. So we'll just plate that one real quick. Alright, and I think our liver is ready to flip. So let me get you back here so we can see what our liver looks like. Alright, and we're going to flip our steaks, starting with the first one we put in. And then the next one, we'll just go in order. See how the... Ooh, it's beautiful. Yes, liver, dear. It's fine. You're fine. So... Oh yeah, that's looking lovely. Wonderful. Okay, let me find us another spatula, and I'm just going to run underneath these real quick to make sure that our onions are not sticking to the bottom. And make sure all our steaks are in order here. And I feel like we might need just a little bit more oil in our pan, so I'm going to split that area right there, and we're going to drop a little bit more olive oil right into the center. Just a little bit. Maybe a tablespoon or two right there, just to keep everything from getting too sticky at the bottom. All right, now pushing potatoes again. Transfer our sweet potatoes into a glass dish. So those will be ready to munch on. Better stay off that table. Alright, so this is our fabulous bowl of sweet potatoes. I'm taking this straight to the table. Look pretty. We're waiting for this to turn like it did before. We're looking for that blood to start surfacing on all of the steak pieces. And then as soon as that happens, it'll be ready to check and flip again. I'm going to clean up the sweet potato pan again and just put it up while we're waiting on that stuff to get done. All right. How's everybody doing? Sure is looking good. Oh gosh, it smells delicious, you guys. We should put some more salt and pepper on it on this side because we haven't done this side yet. So I'm going to add a little bit more sea salt. We'll do that to the potatoes too. And more pepper. Sure is looking good. So pretty. Our son is probably getting ready to set outside. Is it? Yeah, you should. We should bring them outside for a minute so they can see the sky. Let's do that, guys. Let's go outside for a minute and have a look at the sky. Right? Ready to go outside? So, I'm going to flip you around so we can have a look at the sky now. All right. So, here's our sun going down. Beautiful evening out here. We got up to 68 degrees today. Hi, Kid Master. How are you, dear? Aaron, yes, he is a celebrity cat. Io, yes. Are you talking about Io? Yep, he has his own playlist. Io, the amazing kitty cat. Let's see what the other side of the sky looks like. Lots of trails. Many, many trails in the sky. Some blue sky, though. We have a lot of blue sky going on right above us. There's the moon. I love the view out here. So pretty. Come right over. There's plenty for everyone. So, the moon is directly above you. It's kind of directly above us, too. It's a little bit, let's see, it's about 12:30 o'clock up there. Not exactly. Straight overhead would be right here, so we're right here with the sun setting. Yeah. So pretty. And the woodland, oh, look at him making X's right there. Paddled airplanes, making X's everywhere. And our woodland is just back there. See the gorgeous edge of the woodland? So beautiful. Just lovely. So, and we're at, it's 7:06 here now. So there goes a little birdie. I like that little cloud up there. What's that little cloud? Isn't that interesting? Little cloud's different than all the other clouds. It almost looks like a face. Can you see it? Little face cloud. It does look like a face, doesn't it? See the nose and the eyes? All the birds are nesting right now, so they're really, really in their bird moods. So beautiful. All right, we better get back inside before we burn our liver and onions. Let's take a look at, this is our back window. And our really awful blinds, but I just wanted you to see all the different little crystals that we have in our window right there. This is one of my favorites right here. It's a big giant piece of fluorite. Looks so pretty when it's reflecting the pine trees. I love it. So, yeah. There's my shadow. Hi. It's really long. Looks like I have a really long arm. Hello. Sunset in the window. Beautiful. All right, we better get back inside before I manage to burn our dinner. All right, let's get back home. Hi. It's my garden. Gotta wait until the 12th before it's time to start really planting, but we already have onions growing here. Yep. Hi, Io.
I saw him out here, but he went back inside, so I decided to
Take him out for a little bit, get him some sun. All right, back in we go. These are delicious. Sweet potatoes, pineapples, and berries. Love those berries. Yummy, yummy.
I think my patio's in there.
All right, back to work. I'm gonna flip you back around. Hello. Okay, let me get you back on the charger. Patty's got a little burnt. I'm sorry, babe.
Yeah, there was water, moisture dripping off of them. But they're still
Ready?
good.
Okay.
I like burnt things.
Perfect. Okay, but you might want to save those for a minute until everything else is ready.
I know. Yeah, that's exactly what we were heard. Oh, wow. Did you hear that?
Was it the smoke detector?
No.
Oh, it's probably the speaker is not charging. Because you've got the, are you sure you don't have the, what you call it, plugged in instead, the, controller? Okay. Alright, so I put this pan back on here because we're going to actually make, some gravy in that pan. So we need a little more butter. And we're not going to use too much. We're only going to use probably half a stick this time for our gravy. So we're going to put that in there real quick. Get that melting. Need to flip these potatoes again. I'm sure they're sticking a little bit. Yep. That's good though because we like them crispy. Alright, let's give our liver another flip. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. That's exactly what we want. See how it's kind of a little bit charred on there? That's how I like it. A little done. So, finish flipping these, and then we're going to lid this so that we can keep our food nice and soft. Get a big lid. Throw that on there. All right. Excellent. Okay, now we just need to work on this gravy. So, and actually, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn, so we need to turn our liver down, we need to turn that down, and we're going to turn this up. I'm going to switch the, ooh, those are so pretty. I'm going to switch our burners. Whoops. Okay, so beautiful asparagus now coming back here, relidding. Up front, I'm going to work on the gravy. So, butter is melting nicely in our gravy pan. Try to move you up a little bit more so you can kind of see what's going on back here. I won't be able to transfer you all the way over there, but we'll work with what we got, right? Okay, what do I do with that? Here's the flour. Alright, so finish melting up that butter. Wash off the spatula. Do we have, yeah, there it is. Looking for some bouillon. So, oh, good deal. Got 1 cube left. Perfect. So I'm going to use a beef bouillon cube for our gravy mix. We're just going to put that in there. I'm going to smash it a little bit. Start getting that dissolved in the butter. Okay, and we're going to add some flour to that. We're going to go maybe a half a cup this time. Not quite making as much as we made for our potato soup, but we're going to make a little bit of roux gravy. So just keep adding a little bit of flour at a time and just keep mixing it until it turns into that kind of pie crusty, smelling like burnt popcorn kind of stuff. It's very hot. I did turn down our temperature a little bit so we don't burn up here. And this is beef based. We just used that beef bouillon cube, but we're gonna make it with almond milk today, so it'll be like a white beef gravy. This would be really good with mushroom gravy too, but I don't have any mushrooms today, so we'll just use what we got. Honey, can you get me out the almond milk? The one that's open up at the top, please. Maybe a little bit more flour in there. Yep, there we go. Now it's turning into that pie crusty kind of looking stuff. That's what you want for your gravy. And also, if you're making a white sauce or a roux, it's the same, pretty much the same way. So, oops, a little bit in our potatoes. Okay. So, and you just kind of want it to smell like, almost like burnt pastry dough or burnt popcorn. When you start to smell that smell, then you're ready to start adding your milk. And we're using almond milk this time instead of 2% like we did last time. We're trying to think healthier here. So we have switched our milk intake to almond milk for everyone now. Everyone is accustomed to drinking it, and so we buy 2 cartons of almond milk at a time instead of a gallon of 2%. Very doughy. Thank you, babe. It does smell so good. If we just had smell-o-vision, you guys would probably be beating down our door.
Yeah, all the aromas of everything mixing together.
Oh, it's fabulous. And the house will smell like this for the rest of the day. So if you leave and you come back, the whole house still smells like this wonderful dinner that we're cooking. So, and again, I want to encourage you guys, if you feel inspired by any of the dinners or foods that you see us cooking, and you want to try your hand at the recipe, even with your own twists, just let us know if you record it. And we'll be glad to share your link on our description and in our pinned comments so that other people can find your video and your channel too. And we can make those connections, folks. And that is an awesome thing.
Yeah, who did that the other night?
Tammy's Makeup Treats. She did a tribute to our potato soup recipe. And her husband likes kielbasa in it. So they fried up some kielbasa to go in their potato soup. And she made a video. It's about an 18-minute video. And we added it to the description in our potato soup recipe and also in the pinned comments on that video. So we encourage you to go check out Tammy's Makeup Treats tribute, which was just fantastic. She said she played the video many times, and she said that she did the potato soup almost exactly the way we did it, just a couple little things that were different, and then fried up the kielbasa to go in it too. So I'm sure it came out wonderful. I looked at her pan, and her pan looked exactly like ours did. I mean, the only difference was she used shredded carrots, and she didn't have any of the organic carrots. So she worked with what she's got, and I think that's fantastic. So I encourage you guys to do the same. Just work with what you got and whatever's on sale. and make something fabulous. And if you do something that was inspired by any of our recipes, just let us know your link to your video and we'll be glad to share it on our page too.
Yeah, I just put the carrots and the beans.
Oh, okay. Wow. That gravy is incredible with the almond milk, you guys. So I'm going to put some more sea salt in it. And I'm going to add a little bit of that. What was that we used before? That sea salt rub that has Italian roasted garlic in it. And I'm going to add a little bit of that to our gravy. And also more black pepper. Lots of black pepper for our gravy. Nice and peppery. All right. We'll mix in those herbs and salt and pepper. Oh yeah, now that gravy is just looking beautiful. Very nice. All right, we'll just let that thicken up a little bit. Sure is beautiful. All right, I think I'm done with the flour, so I'm going to go ahead and put that away. And I'm going to clean back up over here. Need to put the lid on the almond milk. Throw away this jar. And clean up our mess.
It's on the dash.
All right, let's have a look at that liver again. Ooh, fantastic. Look at that, beautiful. Let's have a look at our asparagus again. Oh my goodness, right? I'm gonna throw some cheese on that asparagus. You guys know I have to be bad on this one. I'm using processed cheese. This is American Slices, great value. So I'm gonna add 4 of those to our asparagus and then re-lid. All right, lid back on that, let that cheese melt. And let's just float over the top real quick so we can see. Look at that liver and onions looking beautiful. Look at those fried potatoes. Beautiful. Look at that wonderful gravy. Awesome. And then our asparagus in there melting. Wonderful. Super delicious. So, we're really close to being done with dinner. And we're very hungry. So we'll be eating soon. Sweet potatoes already on the table. Liver's ready to go. I'm going to lid it again to make sure that we don't lose too much moisture. So I want to thank you all for joining us. I see we got 10 likes, so if you realize your like didn't stick when you leave, please smash it again for us. And of course, share with someone that loves liver and onions. And we'll see you next time, folks. You have a great evening. Bye.